Hi guys, Toryboy Andrew Pierce is one of those right-wingers, a bit like Nick Ferrari, who opens his mouth before engaging his brain. So when it came to locking up rioters, he asked, why don't we deport all those foreign criminals who are just sitting in British prisons? There are too many unserious people with massive platforms putting forward unthought-out solutions to real problems. And he also bragged here about how popular his opinion is, which doesn't make it more valid, Andrew. Have a listen.
I'm surprised, Sarah, that they're not already having courts at night. They're not sitting at weekends. And he says they're going to be banged up in a week. Well, where are they going to go? We've only got 500 prison spaces.
No, I think it was you who said a few weeks ago that, if they want to free up some spaces in prisons, they can just send back all the foreign nationals that we have in our prisons.
Yes.
And they haven't suggested doing that at all.
No, I still think they should. And when I put that again on social media, it was seen by about 2 million people. I think a lot of people agree.
It's a really good idea.
Well, it is a good idea. Yeah. We don't want them here.
No.
They broke the rules in this country. That is inhospitable.
I mean, you should just be deported automatically if you're not a foreign national.
10,500 spaces.
Yeah.
So all those, rather than banging on about terror charges, which sounds very complicated to me and would probably then mean that public prosecutors will screw up in court. It's much more simple of charging them with riot and affray and bang them up, and we've got 10,500
I mean,
spaces.
one of these guys in Southport, the 58-year-old Derek Drummond, has just been given a 3-year sentence.
Good. For
beating up a police officer, which I think is probably fair enough.
And perhaps the judge could say, by the way, it's 3 years.
Yeah, it's genuinely 3 years.
You're not coming out after 6 months, after half of your sentence.
Absolutely.
Or as Labour are now saying, well, you're going to only have to serve 40% of your sentence and we'll let you out. No, 3 years means 3 years.
Oh my goodness, there's so much wrong here. Okay, so first of all, the 40% is related to people who are currently in prison, and they have excluded people who've been involved in violent crime. So this would not apply to the rioters. Is this guy stupid, or is he just pretending to be stupid? Now, the other points about deportation. Well, why don't we have all these foreign criminals in our prison, let's just deport them all. There's 10,000. Okay, it doesn't work like that, Andrew. Once again, I don't know if you're ignorant or you're just pretending to be, because there are a whole load of legal issues related to deportation and human rights protections. See, some people seem to think that deportation works like this. The police or the Home Office decide, okay, this person, we want to deport them. They arrive at their house, pick them up, and take them to the airport, and then they're gone. It doesn't work like that. The UK has signed up to international agreements and protections for human rights. So you can't just deport people willy-nilly. There's an appeals process as well, and that can take years. The Keir Starmer needs to put people in prison today, not in a year's time or 2 years' time, today. So if there's an appeals process related to deportation, then of course you're not going to be able to put people, throw them out of the country immediately. And also, you need the consent of other countries. Where are you going to deport people to? Even if you have an agreement with those countries, it could be related to regular migrants and not criminals. Like you have to have a special agreement when it comes to criminals, and there could be a cap on that as well. They say, yeah, we'll take back criminals, but only a certain amount. Because remember, there are politicians in other countries as well who are trying to win over the support of voters. And also when it comes to deportation, whether we like it or not, there are risks to people's lives, and this has to be taken into account when it comes to deportation. So just because they're criminals doesn't mean that they have no human rights. I know some Tories would like to do that, would like to go down that road, but the UK as a society doesn't support that. So once again, you have these people with massive platforms putting out ridiculous ideas, not thought out, that are popular with the public, and then asking the government, why aren't you doing what I'm saying that's popular? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.